Good morning, Standard 5 students. Chapter 4 Science we will discuss today question answer. So first we will discuss question D, write short answers, and students first to listen that I have made this video for you and I have done a lot of hard work to prepare this video. So this video must be seen for you to take the advantage of my hard work. So let us see question number 1, how accidents can be avoided. So answer is most accident can be avoided by following certain basic rules of safety and by being careful. No? We must follow certain rules while we are working or while we are going anywhere, while we are at school, while you are in the home, at your home. So it must be followed and we should be careful, then only we can avoid accidents. How can you put out a fire caused by oil? So in case of fire, answer is in case of fire caused by oil such as petrol, kerosene, oil or diesel, these are highly inflammable substances. So we should use a fire extinguisher or sand to put out fire. In this picture also you can see the person is using a fire extinguisher. So you can extinguish this with the help of a fire extinguisher, and you also can extinguish by using sand, a bucket full of sand you can see in this picture. It is kept for fire only. So in case of fire you can use this bucket of sand to put out the fire. So because students, you know that oil being lighter than water, it floats over the water and it spreads the fire more and more, and it keeps on burning also. So when you will use water, it spreads and it grows more. So you can use either fire extinguisher or sand to extinguish to put out the fire caused by oil. Now let us see about question number 3. What is first aid? First aid is the first immediate medical help given to an injured person before the arrival of the doctor. So first aid is first quick help. Now you should give the help quickly so that the condition of the patient cannot become worse and the injured person can have comfort and he or she can improve his condition. So before the arrival of doctor, we must make the patient comfortable and it should be given very quickly, and you know that everywhere doctor is not always available. So before going to doctor, you must take care the condition of the patient must not be worsened more. Now 4 number question, why should we not neglect any wound? Answer is improper wound care can lead to infections, sepsis and death. So we should not neglect any wound. You can see the wound, the infected wound is there. It is not taken proper care. That's why the wound has been infected and it is very dangerous. Person can die also due to sepsis. So you must take care of your wound properly to prevent the infection of the wound. Why should a tourniquet tied over the wound? So first you know what is tourniquet. A tourniquet is a bandage tightly tied over the wound to stop bleeding. In this picture you can see a tourniquet is tied over the wound. You can see here. To stop bleeding, if bleeding does not stop, you must use a tourniquet. So tourniquet is a bandage tied over the wound so that the flow of blood can be slowed down, and you can tighten the tourniquet by using a stick, a pencil also, a pen also you can use, and you can twist the pencil, pen or any stick long object, and you can twist that object to tighten the tourniquet so that it can be tightened and the flow of blood can be stopped. Now what is a splint? How does it help in case of a broken bone? So splint is a strip of rigid material. It is used to support and immobilizing a broken bone. So broken bone should not move. No movement should be there in case of a broken bone, because when it has been set, it will set at a wrong place and it will not be corrected afterwards. That's why to prevent the damage of the bone, the setting of the bone, we must not move the broken bone. So, a splint can be made by anything solid and hard such as wood, board and thermoplastic. In the picture you can see a hard material support is given to the bone. After that you can see white color, and after that one bandage is tied over that, that's so that it can remain at its place. Now next we will see question number E. Answer these questions. Question 1. What are the rules for a two-wheeler safety? Let us see the rules for a two-wheeler safety. The rules of a two-wheeler safety are: first, wear a helmet while riding a two-wheeler. Whenever you ride a two-wheeler, you have to wear a helmet. You can see in this picture the person has worn the helmet to protect his head from injury, because if head will be injured, a lot of bleeding will be there from the head, then it will be very difficult to save the life of the person, because head is the main part of our body. So we must protect our head while we are riding a two-wheeler. Now next point we will see: follow traffic rules if you are riding on a road. If you are riding a bike, two-wheeler on a road, you must follow some traffic rules. That is very important to avoid any type of accident. Stay away from surfaces covered with gravel, sand, water or oil, because if you will go over these things, then what will happen? The bike can slide and you can have an accident. So we should avoid going over this gravel, sand, water or oil. Question number 2. Write some rules of automobile safety. Some rules for automobile safety are: first is, while riding a car, always fasten the seat belt. You can see in this picture the lady is fastening the seat belt. You can see the seat belt here, that is here. So seat belts must be fastened to avoid any injury caused by the collision of the head or the front part of the body with the steering wheel. It is very important to save the life of the person. So you must use seat belt while riding a car. Now let us see the second point. Do not play music loudly. You should not play music loudly, otherwise it will distract the attention of the driver and there can be any accident. Now next is, sit quietly or speak softly. Do not disturb the driver. The driver must be attentive while driving. If you will talk loudly or if you will disturb the driver, then driver can be distracted and accident can happen. Next is, do not put your head or arm out of the window. You can see the person how he is taking out his hand also and his head also out of the window. So it is very dangerous. When any vehicle pass beside that vehicle, then it can have any accident. It can cause any accident of the person. Next is, always try to get down on the side of the footpath. In the picture also you can see the girl is getting down at the side of the footpath. When we will get down at the side of the footpath, then what will happen? There will be no accident, because no vehicle can pass towards the footpath. When you will get down on the other side of the that road side, then what happen? If any vehicle will pass beside that your vehicle, then you can have an accident. Now next we will see question number 3. Write 2 rules regarding water safety. So 2 rules regarding water safety are: never go near water without an adult supervision. No? Whenever you are going to water bodies to swim, then you should go with the supervision of any adult. Never a child should go alone to the water bodies. So you can see in the picture also the girl is swimming with an adult. You can see maybe mother or any adult person is with the child, so that any accident cannot happen and the life of the child can be saved. Now second point we will see: learn swimming from an expert. If you don't know swimming lessons, it could save life of your child. Na? When you will go swimming with an adult supervision, that is an expert, or an expert swimmer can teach you better. Na? They can teach you any tricks also to save your lives while swimming. So and you should wear life jacket also given here, that when you are learner, then you must use a life jacket so that your life cannot be in danger. And you can see the expert swimmer is teaching the child to swim. So by this you can save the child's life when you are seeing from a person that is an expert that can teach you better. So thank you. Question number 4, what precautions should be followed to avoid fire? So some precautions to be followed to avoid fire are: never play with matchstick and lighters, it will cause burns. You can see in this picture, matchstick and lighters are burned. So when you will burn this matchstick and lighter without any purpose, and you will play this with these fires, then what will happen? Sometimes it can cause you accident. And fire is very dangerous thing. If you will have any fire, it is very difficult to control the fire, and it can cause a lots of loss of property, and it can damage your whole body also and others also. So you must not play with these all things. Next is, do not use cooking gas when you are alone. You can see in this picture, the two children are there. They are they are enjoying the cooking, but they are with their an adult person, maybe father or any adult person, and they are enjoying cooking. Na? So you can see the small children are also in the cooking gas kitchen, and but they are with their uh, father or with an adult person. Now next, do not stand or sit too close to an open fire. Open fire is also very dangerous. You can see some persons are sitting and there is an open fire. In the cold you can enjoy open fire, but you should be very careful so that any person cannot sit near the fire, otherwise any spark can burn your clothes, and from that it can cause you also burn. Now next point is, take special care while handling firecrackers, candles, etc. It will cause burns. So you can see the child is using firecracker very dangerously. It is, the fire is surrounding all over the child and it can be dangerous. It can burn the child. So you must use it carefully whenever you are burning firecrackers. Don't wear nylon or synthetic clothes while working in the kitchen. You can see the lady, the it catches fire in the kitchen, and if you will wear nylon or synthetic cloth, it will melt and it will stick to your body, and it can be very dangerous for the person. So must you wear cotton clothes and avoid nylon or synthetic cloth in the kitchen. Next is, what should we do in case of an electrical fire? In case of an electrical fire, we should immediately put off the main switch. You can see the main switch should be put off in on position, off position, and it cannot supply any electricity and prevent any dangerous situation. Throw sand and mud to put out the fire instead of water. You should use sand. Sand can extinguish the fire, and water can give you electrocution, that is electric shock. So you should water in this case, and you should use sand or mud also you can use to put out an electrical fire. So this is the end of these questions. We will discuss the questions in the next class. So thank you, students.